So this is in the Seattle Times back in December. It starts, I might get a little emotional reading this because even now reading it brings up some stuff. Dear Caroline, my 10-year-old daughter was sexually molested by her older brother more than 30 years ago. While she never really forgave him, it seems that her response to him has become more and more extreme. He's married and does not live close. His wife is lovely, and my daughter gets along well with her. But if there is an occasion when the family has to be together, she makes it impossible. She's had therapy, but can't seem to let it go. As her mother, I am torn. It's impossible to get together as a family. Any suggestions? She signs it anonymous. Dear Caroline answers, anonymous. Is it striking to you that the person who sexually molested a 10-year-old girl now has a lovely wife and implicit family support, and the victim of that sexual molestation has uneven results in therapy, a trauma response to family gatherings, and explicit criticism for being extreme and ruining parties? It's striking to me. Real lives over 3 decades obviously can't fit into a 100-word question to an advice columnist. Maybe your son has had extensive therapeutic intervention of his own. I certainly hope so. Maybe you've backed your daughter consistently with everything you've got. But your version here, as presented to me, is that the victim is the problem. And that is a hard no. I don't have a harder no in me than the one I have for that. Here's my suggestion. Accept, as a result of your son's actions, that yours is a family that no longer gathers in full. That's it. No family ever has to, by the way. As heartbreaking as that is for you, what your daughter carries is unfathomably more so. Accept that too. If your family's gathering situation changes for the better someday for some reason, then great. But if it doesn't, then that will not be your daughter's fault. Just as it isn't now and absolutely never was.
That is so good.
And that, I felt, was the perfect response. And I wish for everyone, someone they know, someone that's close to them would also have the perfect response, because that's what helps us find the freedom, find the safe place, is when someone just accepts where they are and acknowledges it and does not blame them for it.
I love how she says, I don't have a harder no.
Yeah, that's the part that made me all choked up the first time I read it, because there is no harder no. That's an absolute no.